Hi, I'm James, and in this video I am taking a look at replacing the memory and SSD in the Lenovo ideaPad S340. This particular model is the 14-inch chassis, however there are just a few differences in doing this with the 15-inch model, relating really just to the placement of screws on the back. So take your Torx T5 bit, and we are going to just go through. As usual, what I'm going to do is, as I take these screws out, I'm going to just place them in the same order that I took them out. So, with the screws removed, we're now going to take our plastic pry tool and just go to the edge of the machine and begin to just push that in on the sort of seam that we can see in the plastic, and begin to release the back panel from the machine. And just lifting the front edge and pressing the pry tool in to just try and release things as best we can. And with that done, we can just lift the panel out of place. Now, looking in here, even though this model is shipped without a hard drive, it helps if we change away from the Torx screwdriver, we still have the bracket for the hard drive. So by removing these 3 screws, I'm doing this with the battery still connected because I know there's no drive in here. So by removing those, we should be able to slide forward and lift out. So what we can see here is there is actually a dummy hard drive fitted effectively. So the caddy and all the screws for fitting a hard drive, which would be, I believe, a 7mm thick SATA drive here, allow you to fit a drive if you choose to. So obviously that means you can supplement the SSD with a hard drive. Before we do any hardware changes, however, or if there was a SATA drive in there, always recommended, we are going to remove the battery, which is done by removing these 3 screws. And then we should be able to lift the battery and slide it over. We can then very carefully just pull the battery connector out from the main board. To do the memory, again we have this, as you see quite commonly on some of the Lenovos, they have gone with this shield over the memory. So we are just going to lift that out from the metal clips. And so the memory, the 4GB, is built onto the main board. And so we can then install a second 4GB module. This is a DDR4 2666 module. And then simply refit that cover over it. Now with my pry tool I was actually able to very carefully lift that warranty sticker off, so I can actually just replace it afterwards. So to do our SSD, this one is using a M2 2240 drive, so shorter than most SSDs you will see, with a bracket. So what you can do is you can remove this SSD, and then to fit a full-length M280 drive in, you would just fit it in and attach it to the normal stop that the bracket uses. Or you can fit a shorter drive in and attach it to the bracket like this one is. But for now we are just going to reinsert the original drive. And screw it back down. And then here you can see I was able to just lift that Lenovo sticker very delicately off and refit it over that screw. Obviously if you do break that sticker it may have impact on your warranty in future, but in this case I was able to just very gently get my pry tool under the edge and just peel it off. There was no breakaway point in mine that I could see. So with that done, I am then going to refit the hard drive cover. Like I say, if you want to add an SSD or hard drive into there, you can fit that into that dummy adapter. Now all that is left to do is to refit our battery and back cover. So the battery, we are going to slot the cable back into place, just pressing on the edge of the plastic to push it in, and then we need to just push this end cap in, loop the cable into that bracket as it was originally. To make sure that comes over that connector there, and then refit our 3 original screws. Now obviously if you are doing any upgrades, be aware that you could potentially void your warranty, particularly if you were to break that seal sticker. And if you do need to make a claim, obviously the machine has to be as per its original specification. And last of all, we are just going to press back on the back panel. Making sure everything has clipped together firmly. And all that's left to do is to return to our Torx T5 bit and replace the screws. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, drop us a like. If you have any questions, then just let us know in the comments, and hit subscribe if you would like to see more videos as we post them. Thanks for watching.